Hello everyone, my name is Wilson, and we are doing a Magic Origins draft. This pack is pretty interesting. It has a bunch of really good cards in it. There's Knight of the White Orchid, which is a pretty great card. Arosa's Champion, Void Mage, or Separatist Void Mage, Throwing Knives, Eyeblight Massacre, Lightning Javelin, Shambling Ghoul. There's just a lot of good playable cards in here. And it's really just kind of what's your poison? What do you like? And I think I like white. This guy is he's a 2/2. He's good. He's got first strike. He can ramp you. I like it. White is also just a very good color. You get things like Sentinel of the Eternal Watches, and you also have like some of the most nuts rares like Tragic Arrogance and things like that. So we'll take the Knight of the White Orchid, and hopefully something around here will wheel. I wouldn't even mind like Separatist Void Mage or Lightning Javelin, but I don't know if those are going to wheel. All right. There's a Suppression Bonds and a Separatist Void Mage. I'm going to take the Suppression Bonds. No reason to wander out of our first pick color and not pick a Suppression Bonds. Suppression Bonds is great. Gear per Gear Crafter is very good. Same with Elvish Visionary and another Separatist Void Mage, but we'll definitely take the Suppression Bonds here. Here, there's a couple of cool cards. There's Rogue's Passage is something that I do really like. It does just close the game out, especially if you have something huge, or even things that are just hitting in for 3. Can sometimes close it out pretty quickly. There's also an Evolving Wilds, Read the Bones, a couple of pump spells. I think what I'm going to take here is, with this double white, the Rogue's Passage does get a little worse, but not by a whole lot. I think I'm going to just take that and continue to stay open for our second color, see what happens, and just kind of go from there. Alright, so here there's a Wild Instincts and an Unholy Hunger. Between the two, I do like Wild Instincts more. Just the double black and the fact that it's a 5-drop compared to a 4-drop. I do like Wild Instincts more. And also Rogue's Passage does work better in green because you do have these, big monsters that can slay face. So I'm in. Alright, well there's a Reeve Soul, which is very, very late. Also a Timberpack Wolf. Between the two, Reeve Soul is definitely the better card, so I'm going to take that one and either go white-black or white-green. Alright, here I'm going to take this Evolving Wilds. Could even splash, for one of these two, but Evolving Wilds, helps us fix our Knight of the White Orchid mana, and none of these cards are really up to where I want to be over Evolving Wilds, so we're gonna go for that. Not a whole lot here to make me want to make a decision. Like Pricklebore is not what we're going for. Heavy Infantry or a Crone Jailer or Kithian's Tactics. There's also a Brawler's Plate, which is okay. I don't really see us playing that. I'll take this a Crone Jailer. I'm not wanting to play it at all, but we'll take it. It's a really late Anchor to the Aether. Really, really late Anchor to the Aether. We could pick that. The rest is okay stuff. There's like a Guardian Automaton. I think I'll take the Automaton. By the Anchor wheeling, it might mean that all those Separatist Void Mages may wheel also. So we have a choice of being one of 3 colors, and all of them are pretty sick picks for our third color, so we'll do that. Let's see. There's an Aven Battle Priest. There's also a Bonded Construct. Cobble Brood is not for us. There's an Aerial Volley. I think we'll take the Bonded Construct. I'm not thrilled with it, but with things like Anchor and Wild Instincts, it could get any one of these 3. It can start getting in for some damages. And I'll take this Enlightened Aesthetic for the board. Yeah, none of these are really what I want to be doing. Screeching Scob is actually an interesting pick here. No, I'm going to take this Enlightened Aesthetic for right now. Alright, so blue's looking a little bit more open. I don't really want to take either of these cards, so I'm going to take the rare. And, you know, maybe we get there. I don't know. And this Deep Sea Terror, we'll take that over unplayable cards. Kithian's Tactics, can take that one. So we can probably move these guys to the board. Take a Kithian's Tactics and a Bone to Ash and an island. Alright, so it looks like we're maybe wanting to be white-blue. I could see taking out maybe these two cards and, you know, going more white-blue. I'd also like to take that out. And maybe even that. So, yeah, our deck is pretty terrible. But, you know, our lands are pretty sweet. We could also still just splash for something like this. Well, now we just open, you know, a nuts white-blue card. So we'll take that one and look to be a little bit more blue-white flyers from here on out. There's also a Cleric of the Forward Order and a Rock Mauler. But I'm going to take this Thunderclap Wyvern and be pretty happy with it. All right, a couple of really cool cards in here, but excuse me, they're not for us. All three of these cards are pretty sweet. Foil Exquisite Firecraft is nice. We'll just take a Scrapskin Drake. Playing this on 3 and then this on 4 and then swinging in as a 3/4 is pretty sweet. Yeah, not much else in here. There is an Enlightened Aesthetic, but you know, getting past this is a little scary. Seeing just red-green, just being there. But we'll take the Scrapskin Drake and not be super thrilled with it, but you know, super okay with it. And another Scrapskin Drake. So, you know, if we maybe pick up another Thunderclap Wyvern, which is, you know, pretty likely with the rest of this pack to go and like things like Zendikar Incarnate getting passed around, you know, and we may just open up another one. Like, that's definitely good. We'll take this Foundry of the Councils just to add to our colorless lands. Disperse is also very good, and Amper Tactician is very good, but, you know, this Foundry of the Councils with Thunderclap Wyvern is awesome. Just getting 2/2/2 flyers for 5 and then sacking this is great. I'm a big fan, so we'll take that. And now we'll take this Enshrouding Mist over Ringwarden Owl. Yeah, I think so. Enshrouding Mist is so good. It's really, really good. So we'll take that. Not a whole lot in here for us. There is a Yoke Docks, which could just gum up the ground pretty good. Also an Alchemist Vial. I think here I'm going to take the Alchemist Vial and move on. I don't think Yoke Docks is going to be making our deck or anything anytime soon. Charging Griffin, though, is great. This Rogue's Passage is also looking a little suspect, just because of so many colorless lands. And since we are going to have evasion with flying, and we do have things to push them out of the way, I don't see Rogue's Passage really doing a whole lot of work. While Charging Griffin coming in as a 3/3 and then you know, attacking as a 4/4 is pretty great. Another Enshrouding Mist is pretty great. They never expect the second one. Never expect the second one. All right. So we do have some artifacts here. We could play Artificer's Epiphany. Everything else is not super great, so let's go with that one. And now we'll take another Enlightened Aesthetic. So if our opponent's playing things like Claustrophobias on us, you know, we got him. Also Suppression Bombs, but you know, if they want to try and beat us with enchantments, we're ready for them. All right, another good pickup is a Veteran Sidearm, especially if we're trying to get in with, you know, flyers or, you know, cheap first strikers. I think Veteran Sidearm is great. Plus, we could also put it onto, like, Foundry of the Councils. A second Veteran Sidearm is not what I want. I'm going to take this Titan Strength out of the pack, and this Negate can go into our sideboard. Same with this Healing Hands. And this Bellows Lizard. All right, so we have 14 cards. You know, we're looking to pick up 9 playables here, but we do have some cards that we could possibly play in the main deck. But I would like to just pick up, 9 playable cards, like Whirler Rogue. Whirler Rogue is great. I saw Vryn's Wingmare, and I was like, okay, cool, it's a flyer. Nice, 3-2. But then I saw Whirler Rogue, it's like, oh, yeah, that's an easy pickup, especially with Thunderclap Wyvern. Like, playing Whirler Rogue and then playing Thunderclap Wyvern on turn 5 is pretty backbreaking. And then you can always tap the guys to, make certain things unblockable. It's like a Rogue's Passage, but, in the form of bodies. Okay, well, just, pass an Insane Bomb, so we'll take that. There's also Throwing Knives and a Stalwart Haven, but this guy is just bananas. This guy is the actual noodle boodles. So we'll take Soulblade Jin. Hope that, Stalwart Haven, Watercourser, Throwing Knife, one of these 3 wheel. We'd even be okay with a Mighty Leap, but no, we're taking Soulblade Jin. Alright, here's a tough pick between Towergeist and Stalwart Haven. And I think it's going to be Towergeist. Well, Stalwart Haven shores up our 3-drops a little bit better. You know what? I think it's actually Stalwart Haven. Towergeist is very, very good, but Stalwart Haven, we do need more 3s, and it just it helps us out so much. Anointer of Champions is a perfect pickup. Might even replace this Bonded Construct, but I don't know about how many playables we have for our deck so far. So we'll take the Anointer of Champions and a Separatist Void Mage. Perfect. Everything is going exactly to plan in pack 3. I never had any doubts. All right, maybe a little bit of doubts, but no doubts anymore. Take the Screeching Scob. Not as exciting as Soulblade Jin, Whirler Rogue, Anointer of Champions, Separatist Void Mage, Stalwart Haven, but it's a guy. Well, how about just another Separatist Void Mage? It's pretty good too. So we're up to 21 playables. We need 2 more playables to really make this deck, make it sing. And I think Totem Guide Heartbeast is one of those. It can get the suppression bonds, and I did see a Stratus Walk floating around. So we may also be able to get that Stratus Walk back and play that one. Well, I mean, Charging Griffin is just insane. So we'll take Charging Griffin. Just another 4-drop, another flyer. Yep. We'll take that one for sure. Yeah, I mean, our deck kind of came together perfectly in pack 3, but it was real touch and go there for a second. All right, so not everything we wanted came back, but there is a Guardian Automaton and a Mighty Leap. I think that we'll take this Mighty Leap. It does make, Thunderclap Wyvern, and it turns it into like a 3/3, or +3/+3 with flying, so that's pretty cool. I'll take this Guardian Automaton, but I'm going to put it in the board for right now. Our 4s are pretty great. We'll take another Deep Sea Terror. And this Night Snare. And this Bellows Lizard. Just collect all the Bellows Lizards. And this Fine Snare. Alright, cool. So, yeah, I think we have to cut one more card, and I'm looking at things like Veteran Sidearm, which aren't super great. There's also Artificer's Epiphany, but I think that we could probably take that out and live with what we have here. I would have liked another Thunderclap Wyvern, but I would have also liked a Sentinel of the Eternal Watch, and other great things. But we got there. We got there in pack 3. So let's see. Let's add lands. 8/7. See, we do have double blue, double white early, double blue. Yeah, I think we're cool with this. All right, I like this. I like this a lot. And I don't really see a whole lot in our board. Like, there's Enlightened Aesthetic for the sideboard, and Negate and Bone to Ash. Also things like Talon of the Telepath we can board in against certain matchups. But I like this deck. So we'll see y'all for round 1.